The Expert Series is brought to you by Draw It Paint, a dry erase paint company that allows you to create the exact space you want. Our products are designed for performance, engineered for durability, and manufactured for quality. Draw It Paint's 3 formulas will allow you to reach every possibility. Behold your best work.
It sounds like you make it fairly personal too, and I think you can kind of get that trust right off the bat.
I mean, I'm a personal person. Like, I think that luckily my parents raised me that I'm fairly disarming, talk to me. So that's a really great quality in sales. That just is natural. But most of my clients just naturally become my friends. And how can they not? We spend every weekend together for 3 months. We're looking at houses for 10 hours. We're hungry, so we go out to eat, So they all become my friends, which is phenomenal. Like, that's what I want. Who doesn't want more friends? So, yeah.
Absolutely. I think the whole process just allows you to make friends, and it's just an ongoing networking event.
It is. So, I mean, one of the great things is that my clients become my friends is if I do a good job, and I want to do a good job, there's no reason why I don't want to do a good job. And they become my friends, then they are my advocates. They are my marketing piece. My friends, family, and clients are the ones who give me business. They're the ones who tell other people, you know what, call Casey. And that's has been one of my biggest marketing pieces, was that if I do a good job for them, they will absolutely refer me other business.
Definitely. One of the real estate investors that we had spoken to in the past had said he relies on a lot of repeat business. It sounds like that's what this is, right?
It is. Repeat business is a huge part of our how we get our income. Referring people, doing so. Yeah, and also being engrossed in the community. Like, another part of my business is people knowing who I am, going to civil associations, being at festivals, going to new restaurants and meeting the owner, and just people knowing who I am in Fishtown, Philadelphia. So that's really huge.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things going on in Edmonton right now is a lot of suburbs are coming up on the outer skirts of the city, so we're expanding. And we'll have these community welcoming events, and there'll be like thousands of people just in these neighborhoods. And it really allows everyone to get to know it and to kind of see how far it's come. Because it takes a while to build a community, right? So
yeah.
Would you say Philadelphia has anything like that with new suburbs or just new development in general?
So the suburbs, what I like to say about Philadelphia is most people live in the city and then have children and then move out to the suburbs because we have really great school districts. So one thing that we have in the city that has been the suburbs have been mimicking is what we call First Friday. So First Friday it actually started in Old City. And First Friday was basically for gallery owners because Old City is full of beautiful galleries. And the first of every Friday of the month, they open up the galleries, have wine and cheese, have sidewalk art displayed, and people would walk around and grab a wine, look at art, and hopefully people would be encouraged to continue to come back to Old City. This has now progressed to all parts of the city and become sort of more of a festival. And now we also see it in the suburbs. I think Lansdale right now, where I grew up, does a First Friday as well. And it's become more of not so much an art scene, but more of like restaurants having discounted appetizer drinks, having musicians playing on the streets, selling jewelry or clothes. So it's become, and people love it because you just walk down the street of your main street on a Friday night and it's cheap and easy and affordable, and you get to see a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. I think it kind of brings us back to that investing in your own community. Something about recent trends is globalization, and technology and social media has really affected that. And people will go to Amazon or they'll go to Walmart just to get these things, but it's a lot more rewarding when you actually go to a small business within your community, help them out. It sounds like you guys are pretty tight knit in Philadelphia, so I think it definitely helps the community as a whole. Now, it sounds like you have a real drive for that. Where do you think that comes from?
A drive for community, or I just love the idea. Like, one of the reasons I love the city is I love the idea of walking to my grocery store. I love the idea of walking home and stopping by the small grocery store River Ward that has organic produce and flowers, and I can just pick up a few things and walk home. I love the idea of seeing people dream something like their restaurant and being able to put it into real life and it to be successful. Cedar Point, one of our great restaurants in Fishtown, you know, they're local and they opened up and they're vegan based and they're delicious. It's just really nice to see local business, and to grow the community with local business and to support local business. And I think Fishtown does it really well. I don't know if you know this, but and this might make some people offended, but we actually kicked a Starbucks out. So we have a lot of great coffee shops in Philadelphia in general, and in Fishtown. We have La Colombe, we have Reanimator, we have Steep and Grind, and Fannie Lou's. And they wanted to put a Starbucks in because corporate wants to be where Fishtown is. Everyone in the nation has heard about Fishtown. So we said no. We have enough coffee shops. We don't want a Starbucks. Our personality is not Starbucks. Our personality is local, sustainable businesses, and we want to grow that. We don't want a Starbucks because we can get better coffee at one of our local coffee places.
Yeah, I love that. That is amazing.
I love it too.
My parents used to own a little coffee shop over in West Edmonton Mall. And unfortunately, like, Starbucks was obviously one of their main competitors when they came in. And I think Starbucks does that to just about everywhere they go. They'll come in and they'll take these customers away. So it sounds great that you guys are actually taking a stand to it.
Yeah. And look, Starbucks has college tuition, they have great benefits, they pay their employees really well. It's not to say that they're not great, but like, we want to provide growth for local businesses, and we want to be different. We want to be a renaissance. We want to change, you know, the way business is done in at least Fishtown.
Absolutely, because I think once you kind of get away from that, you lose your sense of self.
Yes, and sense of community.
Yeah, which is extremely important, especially it sounds like with Fishtown. So that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Just going back to like the beginning of your career and how far you've come, were there any goals that you set for yourself, and have they changed a little bit along this process?
Yeah. I mean, look, when I was in education, my thought was to be a principal and to run schools, and, you know, I didn't have a clear plan. I was young, maybe a little disillusioned, which is fine. That's what happens. Things change. But once I got into the last year, I realized that I have a whole new set of goals. I want to be what we call a mega agent. I want to settle 10 million in sales. I want to redefine my brand, you know, so when people see me, they're like, you know what, she sells houses, which is a huge endeavor for me, but I think I can do it. You know, I'm pretty determined and pretty motivated. So, and as I get older, my goals become easier to accomplish because I get better at achieving things.
Yeah, definitely. I think once you do start to set those goals, it lets you just evolve as a person at the same time.
Yeah, definitely growing a lot. Things that are not hard, you do not grow from. So if you're having a really difficult moment, if you're struggling, if you're tired, if you're spinning your wheels, keep pushing, because those moments of hardship and frustration is going to grow you in your business and in your personal life, and you're going to be better at the end. And you don't know it when you're in it. You never know it when you're in it. You cry and you hate it. But once you're at the end, you're like, oh, I'm here. It's, you know, I did it. I'm so much better for who I am right now.
Yeah, those moments of adversity just make the person who they are, right? They build so much character.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah. Can you take us through any of these moments of adversity that you've experienced? And, you know, what
now,
you think of them?
With this question you asked, with adversity, are you talking about like adversity like in the workplace because I'm a woman, or are you talking about just my hardship in real estate?
I guess whatever it is you'd be comfortable with sharing with us. It could be either or.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think everyone has adversities, number one. Everyone in life has adversities. As a woman, I dealt with my own unique adversities. I always looked too young. Maybe I talked too fast. Maybe I wasn't experienced. Maybe I looked not as smart. It happened. And that happened with getting clients and working with colleagues, both in education and in real estate. It didn't change. I have never been one to engage in those kind of situations. If someone doesn't like me, if someone wants to say mean things about me, if someone wants to be competitive against me, if that's their prerogative, that has nothing to do with me. My solution has always been to succeed is keep my head down, be determined, never give up. And I'll show you at the end how good of a job I do. I'm going to prove my worth. I'm not going to speak my worth.